Dear friends, hello and welcome. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on linkage, crossing over and chromosomal mapping. Now let us first try to have a look at the main objectives of today's deliberation. Number first is to give a general introduction about genetics. Number second, to learn about the phenomenon of linkage. Number third, explaining the concept of crossing over. And finally, we shall be discussing about chromosomal mapping. Now, let us start with the introduction about genetics. Genetics is the study of genes, genetic variation and heredity in living organisms. It is generally considered a field of biology, but it intersects frequently with many of the life sciences and is strongly linked with the study of information systems. The modern science of genetics, seeking to understand this process, began with the work of Imre Festetics, a Hungarian noble who lived in Brno before Gregor Mendel. Imre Festetics was the first who used the word genetics more than 80 years earlier than William Bateson. He described several rules of genetic inheritance in his work, The Genetic Law of the Nature, in 1819. His second law is the same as what Mendel published. In his third law, he developed the basic principles of mutation. The father of genetics is Gregor Mendel, a late 19th century scientist. Mendel studied trait inheritance, patterns in the way traits were handed down from parents to offsprings. He observed that organisms inherit traits by way of discrete units of inheritance. This term, still used today, is a somewhat ambiguous definition of what is referred to as a gene. Trait inheritance and molecular inheritance mechanisms of genes are still primary principles of genetics in the 21st century, but modern genetics has expanded beyond inheritance to studying the function and behavior of genes. The genetic information lies within the cell nucleus of each living cell in the body. The information, for example, can be considered to be retained in a book. Part of this book with the genetic information comes from the father, while the other part comes from the mother. The genes lie within the chromosomes. Humans have 23 pairs of these small thread-like structures in the nucleus of their cells. 23 or half of the total 46 comes from the mother, while the other 23 comes from the father. The chromosomes contain genes just like pages of a book. Some chromosomes may carry thousands of important genes, while some may carry only a few. The chromosomes and therefore the genes are made up of chemical substances called DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid. The genes are further made up of unique codes of chemical bases comprising of adenine, thymine, cytosine and guanine. These chemical bases make up combinations with permutations and combinations. These are similar to the words on a page. These chemical bases are part of the DNA. The words, when stringed together, act as the blueprints that tells the cells of the body when and how to grow, mature and perform various functions. Now that we have learned about genetics, let us now try to understand the concept of linkage. Genetic linkage is the tendency of alleles that are close together on a chromosome to be inherited together during the meiosis phase of sexual reproduction. Genes whose loci are nearer to each other are less likely to be separated onto different chromatids during chromosomal crossover and are therefore said to be genetically linked. In other words, the nearer two genes are on a chromosome, the lower is chance of a swap occurring between them and the more likely they are to be inherited together. Genetic linkage was first discovered by the British geneticists William Bateson, Edith Rebecca Saunders and Reginald Punnett shortly after Mendel's laws were rediscovered. The understanding of linkage was expanded by the work of Thomas Hunt Morgan. Morgan's observation that the amount of crossing over between linked genes differs led to the idea that crossover frequency might indicate the distance separating genes on the chromosome. Alfred Sturtevant, a student of Morgan, first developed genetic maps, also known as linkage maps. Sturtevant proposed that the greater the distance between linked genes, the greater the chance that non-sister chromatids would cross over in the region between the genes. By working out the number of recombinants, it is possible to obtain a measure for the distance between the genes. This distance is expressed in terms of a genetic map unit or a centimorgan and is defined as the distance between genes for which one product of meiosis in 100 is recombinant. A recombination frequency of 1% is equivalent to 1 map unit. A linkage map is created by finding the map distances between a number of traits that are present on the same chromosome, ideally avoiding having significant gaps between traits to avoid the inaccuracies that will occur due to the possibility of multiple recombination events. Now, coming to the linkage map. A linkage map is a genetic map of a species or experimental population that shows the position of its known genes or genetic markers relative to each other in terms of recombination frequency rather than a specific physical distance along each chromosome. Linkage mapping is critical for identifying the location of genes that cause genetic diseases. A genetic map is a map based on the frequencies of recombination between markers during crossover of homologous chromosomes. The greater the frequency of recombination between two genetic markers, the further apart they are assumed to be. Conversely, the lower the frequency of recombination between the markers, the smaller the physical distance between them. Genetic maps help researchers to locate other markers such as other genes by testing for genetic linkage of the already known markers. A genetic map is not a physical map such as a radiation reduced hybrid map or gene map. Linkage analysis may be either parametric, that is, if we know the relationship between phenotypic and genetic similarity, or non-parametric. Parametric linkage analysis is a traditional approach whereby the probability that a gene important for a disease is linked to a genetic marker is studied through the Lord score, which assesses the probability that a given pedigree where the disease and the marker are co-segregating is due to the existence of linkage or to chance. Non-parametric linkage analysis in turn studies the probability of an allele being identical by descent with itself. The Lord score developed by Newton E. Morton is a statistical test often used for linkage analysis in humans, animals and plant populations. The Lord score compares the likelihood of obtaining the test data if the two loci are indeed linked to the likelihood of observing the same data purely by chance. Positive Lord score favor the presence of linkage, whereas negative Lord score indicate that linkage is less likely. Computerized Lord score analysis is a simple way to analyze complex family pedigrees in order to determine the linkage between Mendelian traits or between a trait and a marker or two markers. Briefly, it works as follows. Number first is to establish a pedigree. Number second is to make a number of estimates of recombination frequency. Number third is calculate a Lord score for each estimate. And finally, the estimate with the highest Lord score will be considered the best estimate. The Lord score is calculated as follows. Lord is equal to log to the base 10 probability of birth sequence with a given linkage value divided by probability of birth sequence with no linkage is equal to log to the base 10 1 minus theta raised power nr into theta raised power r divided by 0.5 to raised power nr plus r. NR denotes the number of non-recombinant offsprings and R denotes the number of recombinant offspring. The reason 0.5 is used in the denominator is that any alleles that are completely unlinked, for example, alleles on separate chromosomes, have a 50% chance of recombination due to independent assortment. Theta is the recombinant fraction, that is, the fraction of births in which recombination has happened between the studied genetic marker and the putative gene associated with the disease. Thus, it is equal to R divided by NR plus R. By convention, a Lord score greater than 3 is considered evidence for linkage, as it indicates 1000 to 1 odds that the linkage being observed did not occur by chance. Recombination frequency is a measure of genetic linkage and is used in the creation of a genetic linkage map. Recombination frequency is the frequency with which a single chromosomal crossover will take place between two genes during meiosis. A centimorgan is a unit that describes a recombination frequency of 1%. In this way, we can measure the genetic distance between two loci based upon their recombination frequency. Now, coming to the next part of today's topic, that is crossing over. Crossing over is a process in genetics by which the two chromosomes of a homologous pair exchange equal segments with each other. Crossing over occurs in the first division of meiosis. At that stage, each chromosome has replicated into two strands called sister chromatids. The two homologous chromosomes of a pair synapse or come together. While the chromosomes are synapsed, breaks occur at corresponding points in two of the non-sister chromatids, that is, in one chromatid of each chromosome. Since the chromosomes are homologous, breaks at corresponding points mean that the segments that are broken off contain corresponding genes, that is, alleles. The broken sections are then exchanged between the chromosomes to form complete new units, and each new recombined chromosome of the pair can go to a different daughter sex cell. Crossing over results in recombination of genes found on the same chromosome called linked genes that would otherwise always be transmitted together. Because the frequency of crossing over between any two linked genes is proportional to the chromosomal distance between them, crossing over frequencies are used to construct genetic or linkage maps of genes on chromosomes. Mutations, temperature changes, and radiation all affect crossing over frequency. Under the microscope, a crossover has the appearance of an X and is called a chiasma. Crossing over was described in theory by Thomas Hunt Morgan. He relied on the discovery of the Belgian professor Frans Alphonse Janssens of the University of Leuven, who described the phenomenon in 1909 and had called it chiasma typhi. The term chiasma is linked, if not identical, to chromosomal crossover. Morgan immediately saw the great importance of Janssens' cytological interpretation of chiasmata to the experimental results of his research on the heredity of Drosophila. There are two popular and overlapping theories explaining the origin of crossing over, coming from the different theories on the origin of meiosis. The first theory rests upon the idea that meiosis evolved as another method of DNA repair, and thus crossing over is a novel way to replace possibly damaged sections of DNA. The second theory comes from the idea that meiosis evolved from bacterial transformation with the function of propagating genetic diversity. Crossing over and DNA repair are very similar processes which utilize many of the same protein complexes. Recombinases and primases lay a foundation of nucleotides along the DNA sequence. DNA repair and crossover have been found to favor similar regions on chromosomes. Furthermore, crossing over has been correlated to occur in response to stressful and likely DNA damaging conditions. Now, links to bacterial transformation. The process of bacterial transformation also shares many similarities with chromosomal crossover, particularly in the formation of overhangs on the sides of the broken DNA strand, allowing for the annealing of a new strand. Bacterial transformation itself has been linked to DNA repair many times. The second theory comes from the idea that meiosis evolved from bacterial transformation with the function of propagating genetic diversity. Thus, this evidence suggests that it is a question of whether crossover is linked to DNA repair or bacterial transformation, as the two do not appear to be mutually exclusive. It is likely that crossing over may have evolved from bacterial transformation, which in turn developed from DNA repair, thus explaining the links between all three processes. Now, coming to the differences between linkage and crossing over. First is the linkage. It is tendency of genes in a chromosome to remain together and pass as such to the next generation. It produces parental types. Strength of linkage between two genes increases if they are closely placed in a chromosome. With increase in age, linkage increases. It helps us to maintain a newly improved variety. Second is the crossing over. It is exchange of genes' chromosomal parts to break established linkages and formation of new linkages. It produces recombinations. Frequency of crossing over between two genes decreases if they are closely placed. Crossing over decreases with age. It is a source of variation for producing new varieties. Now, coming to the significance of linkage. Number first, it reduces the possibility of variability in gametes. Number second, the number of linkage groups is equivalent to number of chromosomes present in genome. Number third, it is highly useful for maintaining the good characters in a variety. Now, significance of crossing over. Number first, it affords a proof for the linear arrangement of genes in the chromosomes. Number second, result of crossing over, new gene combinations are produced, play an important role in evolution. Number third, it is necessary for natural selection due to the changes of variation increase. Number fourth, useful combination can be formed which may be used in breeding. Now, let us try to learn about the last part of our today's lecture, that is chromosomal mapping. Chromosomal mapping is the assignment of genes to specific locations on a chromosome. A gene map serves many important functions and is much like understanding the basic human anatomy to allow doctors to diagnose patients with disease. A doctor requires knowledge of where each organ is located as well as the function of this organ to understand the disease. A map of the human genome will allow scientists to understand where genes are located so that its function within the human genome can be elucidated. A detailed chromosome map also provides methods to study how genes are segregated and how genetic heterogeneity can help identify disease genes. Gene mapping can provide clinicians with useful information regarding genes that are linked or segregate closely together. Scientists use several methods to map genes to the appropriate locations. These methods include family studies, somatic cell genetic methods, cytogenetic techniques, and gene dosage studies. Family studies are used to determine whether two different genes are linked close together on a chromosome. If these genes are linked, it means they are close together on the same chromosome. Additionally, the frequency with which the genes are linked is determined by recombination events between known locations or markers and determines the linear order of genetic distance. In somatic cell genetic methods, chromosomes are lost from a special type of cell, and the remaining chromosome that has one gene but not a different gene would suggest that they are located on different chromosomes. This method allows scientists to identify which chromosome contains the gene and represents one of the first mapping methods used by scientists. Cytogenetic techniques refer to utilization of karyotype preparations, a technique that allows scientists to visualize of chromosome using fluorescence so that a fluorescently labeled gene will reveal where the gene is found on the chromosome. Using these methods, various maps of chromosomes can be developed. These maps are called cytogenetic maps, linkage maps, physical maps, or a DNA sequence map. A cytogenetic map uses bands produced by a dye that stains chromosome in a karyotype and assigns genes to these bands. A linkage map, also referred to as genetic map, orders genes along the DNA strand based on recombination frequency. Linkage mapping involves using two characteristics, both of which are present in one parent, combined with the frequency in which they occur together in the offspring to construct the map. For example, Gregor John Mendel studied the flower color and plant height of peas. He found that various heights were observed just as frequently with white flowers as with other colored flowers, and similarly, dwarf plants occurred just as frequently with the other two flower types. Mendel concluded that the forms of the two genes were transmitted from parent to offspring independently of each other. This later became known as the law of independent assortment, a concept that enhanced chromosomal mapping techniques. A physical map orders genes or markers along the DNA strand of a chromosome. Finally, a DNA sequence strung together is the most precise type of map in that it contains both coding, that is gene containing, and non-coding DNA. It is felt that obtaining the complete DNA sequence from the genome of many different organisms will provide scientists with vital information that will unlock many biological mysteries. That's all about today's lecture. Hope you have understood it very well. Thank you very much and goodbye.